Just a quick recap of the past few weeks. I've been looking at this Academia Omnilux countdown clock, which is now finished. And on the left for the snake we have augury, represented by the number 9. And we've got an owl with sorcery, represented by the number 11. And we've got magic, represented by the number 5. And we've got thaumaturgy, represented by the number 6. At the bottom here we've got alchemy, represented by the number 10. Note these are all Roman numerals. Academy Omnilux. And there's another clock over here. It's located at academy.illuminatiorder.eu. And on this side we've got the Aztec Sunstone. And on this one, on the flip side, we've got the Nebra Sky Disk. And of course the 911 again. In one part of this illuminatiorder.info website, if you go to the top of this pyramid, 2 down from the top is Phi. That's the golden ratio. And they've got the symbol of Phi here as well. And this is a symbol, the Greek letter Phi. And this is the value of Phi. While looking at this unusual countdown clock, I discovered there was a connection between the countdown clock and the dwarf planet Sirius, which turned up a partial conjunction on September 9 at 9 p.m. UTC, the last day of the Paralympic Games in London. At the time it appeared to fit with the numerous themes in the media involving the bombing of large sports stadiums. Fortunately, nothing of that nature occurred on September 9. It turned out, however, that 13 days after the partial occultation between the Earth, Moon and Sirius, there was a perfect occultation. On September 22nd, from the perspective of the Moon, there was a full occultation of Sirius by the Earth. What made this interesting was that the Earth, Moon and Sirius fall in parallel longitudinal alignment to the Sun and Earth's position on the last day of the Mayan long count calendar, and the same longitudinal position of the Moon at the moment of the initial attack on New York at 8:46 a.m. Eastern Time on September 11, 2001, as well as the position of the Moon on December 26, 2004, the moment of the magnitude 9.1 earthquake that caused the so-called Boxing Day tsunami, claiming 250,000 lives. What made the Sirius occultation extremely rare was the maximum occultation not only passed through the center of the Earth, it appeared to fall exactly on the prime meridian, 0 degrees that is, on the fall equinox at 6 p.m. UTC, 11 years and 11 days after 9/11. And if that weren't enough, when looking from the Moon to the Earth, there was also an almost perfect symmetry between the position of Jupiter and the most unusual comet C 2010 X1 Elenen. That's right, a giant Phi in the sky. And if that weren't enough, this extremely rare event happened to coincide with a couple of music events on the prime meridian, 180 kilometers apart, that being the Alchemy Festival north of London and a performance of Jesus Christ Superstar at the O2 Stadium. One of the definitions of thaumaturgy is miracle worker. Then on September 19, YouTuber J7409 published an alert received from NOAA of a geomagnetic storm which was forecast to hit the Earth on September 22nd. Its conjunctions with Sirius had already been associated with the Carrington event of 1859, which burnt out electrical cables and telegraph systems, as aurora was seen around the world. This, combined with a Sirius conjunction matching an earthquake and sea level anomaly as recently as July 6th of 2011, it seemed way too many coincidences, all stacking up. However, sometime later on the 21st, NOAA's WSA Enlil solar wind prediction model was changed, and the predicted geomagnetic storm had arrived early and much weaker than previously forecast. However, there's yet one more thing to mention, and that is this curious scene from the Doomsday flick 2012, The Time on the Watch, when the main character hands it over as payment for the rental of an aircraft. The hands form perfect right angles and show the time as 7:22. Septem in Latin is 7, just as octo is 8, novo 9, and decem 10. September in the pre-Julian Roman calendar was the 7th month. So does the time on the watch refer to September 22nd? The hands on the watch are at perfect right angles, just as the Sun, Moon and Sirius were on September 22nd. Our hand to the Sun, minute hand to the Moon, second hand to Sirius, with Sirius, Earth and the Moon pointing to the galactic core. And if that clue was too hard to spot, here's another from the same movie. While the main character Jack is looking for a map so they can fly their plane to the ships, he pulls out and examines a London Underground map. The prime meridian, of course, passes through the centre of London, and the London Underground logo is a rotated phi symbol. So what happened on September 22nd? The previous night, and in the early hours of the morning, there had been spectacular meteor showers over the UK, which received a lot of media attention. But since there's no geomagnetic storm, it was very unlikely there'd be any seismic or tidal events. However, with all the synchronicity associated with this extremely rare occultation of Sirius, I was outside watching the sky.